Our pituitary gland is linking directly to our brain. And what do I mean by master gland? It's going to definitely have control. Trigger what? Yes. Did everybody hear that? It is going to trigger these other tissues of this system. Whoa! Hold up. What? What? How? How? Hormones. Because the product of that pituitary gland will travel in the bloodstream to its target organ with the target tissue with the target cells. So, what that is telling me, okay, that gland connected to an area of my brain gets to release its products. Those products get to travel in the bloodstream to my thyroid gland, to my thymus, to my adrenal glands, to my pancreas, to my parathyroid glands, to my ovaries, and to my testes. And when they get there, they make that tissue do something. Because chemical messengers alter the activity of those cells. So, we're going to find that these hormones, some of their names are kind of unique, okay? For the most part, we tend to talk about the hormones with their abbreviations. For example, adrenocorticotropic hormone. What? All right. It's letting us know certain information. Adrenal glands, cortico, what area of the adrenal gland. So it's letting us know different information. So we tend to talk about those hormones in relationship to their abbreviations. One of the things that I've tried to, mention is that comparison of the nervous and the endocrine system. How the nervous system will work quickly, but now, because the endocrine system is going to be dependent on the bloodstream, it's going to work slower, okay? So the results from the system take much longer to show up. So we're going to see both of these systems because they are the two systems controlling the body. These are for internal communication, meaning we've got to have these internal tissues of these organs talking and doing their jobs. Both of the systems complement each other because the pituitary gland is directly connected to the hypothalamus. even though we're looking at both of them communicating chemically, effects can and will be different, and the rate will be different. One regulates the other. Because in my hypothalamus, I have control centers. I have control centers of other parts of the brain that talk to the hypothalamus, which will talk to that pituitary gland, which will affect products that are made. So they do communicate to each other. We're going to find in this system that pituitary gland has what's called the anterior portion and the posterior portion. The posterior portion, the cells are called neuroendocrine because they are nerve cells of the endocrine, of this pituitary gland. Basically, you'll see nerve cells talking to nerve cells. So they're termed neuroendocrine. But that is only on the posterior portion of the pituitary gland. The anterior portion is cellular cells. Yes, the difference of speed, the rate of speed, is very different. And like I tried to show earlier, the cells, their target cells, have to have receptors. Okay, for example, for thyroid stimulating hormone, you want the receptors to be on the cells of the thyroid gland. You don't want ovary cells having that receptor. Does that make sense? Okay. Unless that chemical, the hormone, unless it meets with the target cell, it pretty much stays inactive, and the body will degrade it, will degrade that hormone. Any questions up to this point before we start to move into this hypothalamus and pituitary gland? All right, so at this point, I've answered what is endocrinology. We've listed the endocrine glands. I've explained exocrine, meaning the product goes by way of a duct, and endocrine, it goes by way of the bloodstream. I explained the fenestrated capillary. Can both organs be endocrine and exocrine? Yes. Liver, pancreas. Which one has the faster speed of transmission? The nervous. How do these chemicals travel in the body? The bloodstream. I defined a neuroendocrine cell and what makes a cell a target. It's got to have that receptor. We've looked at where the hypothalamus is located, where the pituitary gland is located. And the rest of it is to come.
So when you talk about the, it says chemical surface hormone, did you touch on that already?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay, does that help?
Yes.
All right, take a break. Be back at 10:30.